Welcome back. I am Thomas. This is GameBreakers. We are here with a Bard's Tale, a D&D 5th edition game. Allison, Diamond, and David are here playing their characters. This is part 2 of our session, and we cut back into the action just as one of the bardic masters has hit the pit fiend with a dominate monster and seems to have diffused a lot of the tension in the situation, at least momentarily. That happened at the end of, was it Lovelace's turn? Or Diamond's turn?
That was Diamond's.
I thought
It was. It was.
Yeah, because I activated him.
Indeed. So at the start of the Pit Fiend's turn, it's going to take a bunch of damage, right? From David Bowie and your Cloud of Daggers.
So long as he's still hostile.
Does Cloud of Daggers care if it's hostile?
I don't know if Cloud of Daggers is still going. That is a concentration spell, and if he's starting to talk, I could drop it.
You could. I would let that happen as a free action.
There is a... What do I know about dominate creature or dominate monster? Can I know something about that? Knowledge Arcana check?
You may take a Knowledge Arcana check. See what you know about the spell.
Does 14 get me? Does 14 get me?
14 will let you know that most charm effects, if there's damage dealt, it could break the charm.
Does it give me an idea of how long the charm effect lasts for, or anything else that might break it?
This is up to an hour. And you see that Alpero the moves he looks like he's making while he's focused fully on this spell seem like a marionette. Like his hands are attached to magical strings. He's directly controlling the creature.
Okay. Do daggers fizzle? In this case. Very frustratedly let it fizzle, but let it fizzle nonetheless.
All right. Anybody else doing anything? Okay. Then on the Pit Fiend's turn, we will break initiative, and it just sort of like sits down on its haunches, puts up its hands, looks a little grumpy, and then reluctantly it is forced to smile.
That's terrifying.
Jubal pipes up. Master Tineric, if we could continue this in private so as not to continue panic. Yes. He pops up looking healthy and hale, by the way. He looks just fine. Mistress de Vrooks stands Struana CliqClaq. Let's step into the dressing room with our new friend, Master Tineric.
What about the summoner?
Let's play out just a little bit of more combat there because it's hilarious and inevitable. First, it's the Horned Devil's turn. It's now focused on the octopus, but I believe it's at disadvantage because it's restrained. So 1. Okay. Does a 16 hit the octopus?
Yes.
Okay. Does a 15 hit the octopus?
AC 11.
Okay. That's good to know. It takes 2 hits. Which will do... Uh, 6 and 7 piercing damage. It's just jabbing downward, like trying to flap up and jab down at the octopus holding it. And now it's the abomination's turn. Wolftopus.
There are 2 separate animals.
I know, but they same initiative. They seem to function as a unit pretty well.
Right. Okay.
Also, there are worse names than the Abomination.
Wolftopus.
Octopus got a 12.
Not a hit.
Wow. So did the wolf.
Okay.
So it just holds on right now.
All right, we'll do one more round of combat for this room. You guys hear just like snarling, like sucking sounds, swearing and infernal. Things are getting knocked over. Makeup bottles are breaking.
Wet slapping sounds.
It's another night in Bacchanal Junction. So that's gonna be 10 more damage total to the octopus piercing. And go ahead and make your attacks as well.
19 on the octopus.
That's a hit.
Uh, 13 damage.
And with that, the octopus gets like wrapped around his shoulder and his neck and starts to just bend it in half. The wings can't hold it up anymore. The wolf gets in on the action, and it's over. It's done from there. That was.
It's delicious from there.
It's ending as the folks are being led to the green room.
How does
Jubal
Horned
gets there
Devil
first, and he's just like, oh my god.
Where's the? I see star rooms. Where's the green room?
That is the green rooms. I was throwing out a lot of rooms. This is where all your dressing room accoutrements are. So you gather with Jubal.
I surreptitiously cast Comprehend Language.
Okay. The pit fiend, fairness, and in there, just so we know who's invited to hang out. We'll just put them on that side so you guys can see. And Master Tineric is also present. Let's see, does anybody else need to be there? No. All right.
I'd like to point out that the animals stay around for an hour.
Yeah. So they're just chilling.
David Bowie's just hanging out with me now for like 8 of those hours. Giant David Bowie.
We literally have all the makings for a music video.
So once everybody's in, Jubal closes the door. As I suppose you're wondering why I've called you all here.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to hear something from this creature that I believe will be important. And I would like it witnessed by a member of the council, a representative from the Grove, and a paladin to note its truth. Bard will stand witness. All things will be made known. Some of what you're about to hear, potentially, I may bind you under the dragon's geas of secrecy for the security of the city. Would everyone please present their papers? He makes some notes. Master Tinrick, if we can proceed. Creature, speak your name. And who speaks Infernal now? You guys have had
Well,
a little time.
I can understand Infernal now.
Okay.
Can't speak it.
It is Ixtokimongo, which is roughly translated the sin that fells civilizations.
This is like naming your kid Diamond, right?
Who would do that?
Devil, you have an item that gives you dominion over me. Where did you get this? I was given it as payment. By whom? Andrigan Gorn. Jubal sort of stops and lets that sink in.
Mm.
And what do you perceive to have been Andrigan Gorn's intent by giving you this item? I was clearly to take you to hell, where you've belonged for so long. And now that you've failed, what will you do? I will keep my property and return in 100 years to take you back. So noted. Madame de Brooks, I would like authority as an emergency from the council to bind this creature to this plane in order that I might end him forever. This is a forbidden practice taken only in the most grave of times. Do you, on behalf of the council, consent? And the Baroness just gives a quick nod. Master Teneric, I will need your help, of course. Would anyone like to know anything further from our new friend before its sentence is meted out?
Did the name Andrigan So out of character, did the name Andrigan Gorn help? Does that?
Andrigan Gorn is the ruler of the market district.
Thank you.
He's the
Okay.
one that took out the big fat insurance policy on Stan.
Yes, this is the.
Yeah.
I know this. I know this. Where is it in my head? I want to know who else Andrigan Gorn works with, basically. If there were any other beings present when he spoke with this devil. No. Pit Fiend.
I'm not his secretary. I don't know whose company he keeps. There were none others present as we spoke. You can see, by the way, this creature is clearly really angry at what is happening to it right now. Like, there's a fire behind its eyes. Every word comes uttered through gritted teeth. It's trying not to speak.
Did Andrigan Gorn
And he was supposed
Tell
to
you-
take out Jubal?
Yes.
give you any more direction or say anything else other than returning Jubal to hell?
He didn't even give me that. Simply noted the nature of the object as a phylactery. And Jubal winces. Oh.
There you go.
And at that point,
I
Jubal
wanna
seems
connect-
like he gets in a hurry. And he says, if there's nothing else, let's take care of this somewhere private. Master Tineric, we'll all be headed now. The Fulminate Citadel, off we go.
Why is Jubal supposed to be returned to hell? Asked in the most bright, confused voice, why is it that Jubal is supposed to be returned to hell?
And at about that point, the three of them teleport away.
God damn it.
Now that's dodging a question.
Well, you know.
Jubal was clearly uncomfortable with that line of questioning. He's not usually so obvious. And then it's quiet.
So, can I roll a knowledge arcana for phylactery? Or can
Yeah.
I just know what that is?
Yeah, that's a special word. Go ahead and roll Arcana. That's fine.
Got an 8. That sucks.
It is somehow connected with lichdom. That's all you know.
That's bad enough. Is there a history I can get as part of that?
Not really.
Alright.
This seems like the kind of thing that a bard of her level would just know. Right. Like, Diamond doesn't know what one is, but
And Diamond had to, like, navigate through, like, Jewish faith for that. Like, wait, it's not that.
Right, nothing to do with anything real. Now with the 8, Yeah. Yeah, usually that would be something. Anyone else can make an Arcana check, by the way.
I'm not an Arcana person. I'm a nature person.
Is Jubal a lich? Is that a thing?
I feel like it would have turned up on my detect evil and good. So
It is usually very difficult to evade. Right about the time you guys are making these checks. Oh, David, did you do yours?
12.
12. So at 12, you know a little bit more about. I mean, a lich is some sort of arcane undead that has ferreted away its soul in some object that is known as a phylactery. It's probably more complicated than that, but that's what you get with the 12. And at about the time that you guys are all kind of looking at each other and like, Jubal teleports right back. Excellent. Thank you all for your help. I must now ask that each of you swear an oath binding on the dragon's geas in order to keep anything spoken in this room a secret of state.
remind me of his title.
He is the master of secrets for the dragon.
CliqClaq's got a question, Jubal.
Yeah.
I know that CliqClaq has a question. I would like us all to agree before I indulge any further.
Yep, go for it.
Can we ask questions after we agree? Can
You
we
may ask anything you like. I will answer nothing until the dragon's geas is placed upon you.
We can ask questions after that.
Yes, you may.
Yes, I agree.
All right. And with that on the back of your hand for just a moment is a swirl of bronze that takes a serpentine shape and then fades away. Ask your questions.
Is he a lich? And if so, did you know that already?
Is who a lich?
I've already forgotten his name.
Jubal,
Jubal?
he's the guy who's
It's
talking
Jubal.
to
You're
us right now.
Yeah.
The guy who recruited the pit fiend.
Oh. No. No, Andrigan Gorn is no lich.
But are you?
I'll cut off that line of questioning now. Yes, I am.
What's that like?
Okay then. No judgment.
This is the equivalent of like meeting a shark who can breathe air. Like, that's a thing. That's a thing that happens. Okay, that's a thing that happens. There's a lich who cannot look at anything like an undead sorcerer with like glowy evilness and just look like a really average dude.
Weekly treatments of gentle repose. I have been taking them for quite some time. Just as you would preserve a corpse's flesh, so I pay such attention to my own.
Is it that you need to live, or that the secrets you carry do?
He goes to the spa once a week to keep looking young. Oh my god.
In the beginning, it was my life that I valued. Since then, I have come to an arrangement within this city that pleases me. That includes the keeping of secrets.
How long have you been around for?
That's impolite.
This is my as if I care face.
Age.
Nearly 700 years.
Well, you look great.
Thank you.
So,
I cannot help but recommend the process if you have the stomach for it.
I'm gonna call that Plan Q.
pretty sure in Plan Q, Hardison dies, and I'm pretty sure that would give Stan a well,
Right?
kind of difficulty
No plan in which Stan dies.
maintaining a friendship with Stan.
Have you any further questions? The creature
Now what
of
do we do?
my phylactery, which I had, he pulls out just, it's a penny. It's just a regular old copper piece.
So
This will re-enter circulation soon.
Gorn did it. Gorn basically tried to make sure you get destroyed, and we know that Gorn is working with
Ornor?
Shoot, Orinor. I was gonna say Escrion, but like, no, wait, we killed him.
Suspect, but cannot prove. However, now I have the ammunition to put him to the question.
Why
I must, at
does
this
he want
point,
you out of the picture?
why I know all his secrets, or enough of them to make life difficult for him. I also suspect that he would like to remove me from the city's infrastructure.
I was asking why Borinor wants you out of the picture. Sorry.
I can't imagine that it's not the same. I serve a purpose in the city. If that seat were vacant, that would be a weakness.
If you know
I must
all of the
apologize to
secrets,
you first at this point. I knew this was coming. And don't take it too hard on Harridan. He knew this was coming as well. Very long story, but once he was approached by a devil with a deal, and to his credit, outdealed the devil.
And he didn't tell me to wear armor?
right?
Rude.
Well, I'm sure he didn't want to tip his hand.
Y'all are clearly playing us in a pawn game. We're hearts on a board for a battle, and I think y'all fancy yourself generals. If you have information that's going to have us destroy Borinor, because right now it looks like we're also the best you got, maybe you should consider sharing it before we have to find out the hard way.
I don't honestly believe this has anything directly to do with Borinor. This was a method to draw out Gorn in order to find out more about Borinor. You got swept into it because you had something to gain from it. And you did. I am certain that each master was very impressed, both before and after the unscheduled encore. But when I do have relevant information, you'll hear of it. You've done me enough favors. Now, once you leave this room, you will be incapable of speaking about any of this, even to each other. So if you'd like some time to process, I would take it now.
Okay.
Hey, Stan.
Yep.
I'm a little bit pissed that my moment to shine didn't get to belong to me.
Yeah, that's understandable. That demon fucked up your performance. Do you want me to go round people up and bring them back in? We can finish
No.
it.
Feel like I'm gonna just probably need to drink about it.
Ah, I know the perfect place.
What do you think, CliqClaq? You want to join us for a post-performance drink?
Oh, okay. But then what?
See what happens.
Honestly, I don't know.
We agree.
Jubal then says, well, in that case, I will bid you farewell. I have secrets to unearth. Thank you for your work. And a truly masterful performance, Struana. Your book, please.
The big one or the little one?
The big one.
The big one.
He takes a moment writing, and the page copies itself, and you have the master signature. He also slips in between the pages as a bookmark an envelope.
With his phone number.
He looks around. He's like, "Oh, that's right. This is your dressing room. I should leave. Got it. Have a good evening." And he heads out. During this interaction, you realize that while he has been putting on a show of like being healthy and hearty, like he's definitely kind of creak walks his way out. He's ginger when he's actually moving. He puts on a good show when he's standing still, but that thing fucked him up.
So after he leaves, I totally want to keep talking to you guys. Like, what the hell? What? Because he said only leave this room. We haven't left this room yet. So I guess it's no surprise that we can't trust the Master of Secrets any more than we can trust someone who's named the Master of Secrets, right? I mean,
Yes. Or no.
but I would, considering that she spent so much of her life chasing someone with a connection to the hellish realm. I know there's whatever the word is for that. D&D's version of hell, all the bits and plumbing.
Well, there's the infinite abyss, and then there's the 9 hells. Lawful versus chaos. This one was from the 9 hells.
That's what I mean. I would love to hear Sangrid's take on this, but we can't ever ask her. I think she would have some interesting opinions.
What if we wrote it down?
I mean, we promised not to speak about it, and we can't speak about it, and we're going to be locked from speaking about it, so I don't know what happens if we try to write it down. You want to try?
I don't know.
gotta
Man.
keep
I feel like a dragon bond would be more smart than that.
I think so too, but you don't know till you try.
I only know how nature magic works. The rest of it's strange.
Do we need to roll a knowledge arcana check just to see if we think we can write it down?
You could try that. You could try writing it. It's
Yeah.
The short version, the answer, whatever method you choose, is that you end up writing just like a grocery list. Just something else that's on your mind subs in and jumps in front of your hand, and you write that instead.
Well, that answers that more or less. Okay.
I don't know what to do about this.
I don't like being told I can't tell stories. I like being bound not to tell stories. This is the part that is making me most uncomfortable.
Typically, when there's a development like this, I report to the druids, but I can't do that.
So, we each know this, and we each have access to the library. I think that each of us needs to spend some time doing some additional research, so at least we all know the same thing when this becomes important again.
Harridan, Chalcedony, and the Baroness Marshal de Brooks. Harridan opens the door, and they're all waiting there. Come to pay our respects.
And I'm just gonna... So... Thank you so much! Basically, like... Sorry, after that performance, I needed a minute to catch a breather.
Chalcedony just jumps right in and sees that your book is already out and just grabs it and begins writing. Oh, I can see why. That final act, I mean, was that planned? That was fantastic. Fantastic. I'm kidding, girl. I know that it wasn't planned. I'm trying to make you feel better.
I like jokingly return with my lips are sealed, and also I'm gonna take that envelope out before she gets the book and just tuck it in a pocket. I have enough of them. Sure, I'll be fine.
Do you look in it or anything?
Not yet.
Okay. You see her master's signature go through the book. She passes it to Harridan. Harridan goes to pass it to the Baroness, and then realizes that she's not a bard and hands it back to you. The Baroness, by the way, was in the room during that first exchange and has returned.
If I try to talk to her about anything, what's going to happen? Like, it's just we aren't in the room? We can't talk about it to anyone? I forget what promise we made since David made it for all of us.
Well, if you attempt to, it just comes out as the next polite conversational social script. Until Chalcedony leaves the room, she's like, "Oh, I've got so much to go attend to. Excellent work, all of you, excellent work. Thank you for coming. I hope to see you again soon." She's just like saying her goodbyes all the way to the door. And when it closes, you find yourselves no longer restrained with just Harridan and the Baroness.
I have to get signatures in this book from the rest of the masters to actually end the thing that's going on, but you knew, and essentially repeat the same thing about generals. Because it was a good line, and they didn't hear it yet.
The Baroness shakes her head. I had no idea. I was as surprised as you were. However,
the startled is apparent on my face.
Such intrigue is to be expected as you float through the societal levels here in the Delta. The city has a reputation for a reason. And Harridan looks genuinely apologetic. Like, yeah, I knew. But here's the thing. I had a contract with an actual devil to fulfill. We'll talk about that later. That included complete secrecy, which I kept and still managed to let Jubal know what was going on. All you have to do is tell that man you have a secret, and he will dig it out, no matter what. Devil didn't plan on that.
What's next?
So, well, next I go one by one through all those masters who are milling about the crowd, congratulating themselves and enjoying the adulation of the crowd. Their hangers-on, and bring them in here one by one to sign your book and give you congratulations. Did you mean something more long-term?
I mean, what's next after this? I have...
Drinks! No, still not.
Yeah.
That was implied.
Yeah. No, we already decided we were going to have drinks when you weren't in the room.
I knew that you would. You can't prove that I didn't. Ha! So, if I were you, I would marshal all of the support that I could and make as many connections with as many friends in high places as I could.
Sorry, there's like a random scraping at my door.
I'll point Jason to the teens
Like
down the
raccoon
street.
and I can't get in. Sorry, it was scary. Please continue.
As many as I could that can aid you in putting your cause forward to the leadership of the city. You've now very quickly gained their attention, and if you can cement those relationships, you can achieve your goals. I hear you have a date in the desert in not too long. You're going to want to get as much done before you first dive away from your base of support.
So I'm going to go to the dressing table area and just, like, whatever the version of check your lipstick.
There's
look
like
a
devil blood splashed across the
Does devil blood have any magical properties?
yeah, if harvested correctly.
Well, well.
Most of it is fading as you're looking. Things from devils are sucked back to hell when they are slain on this world.
Well, cleaning off, looking fresh, and heading back out there is basically where I'm at.
All right.
So let's go schmooze some masters and get ourselves a drink.
Is there an order in which you would like to approach the masters?
I definitely would like to hit up Josen first.
All right.
In battle, then not in battle is my direction. Also, gratitude at Sangrid.
Okay. So Josun is super into. They loved everything about what just happened. Has nothing but kind words for you and Stan. Like, best party. I thought this was gonna be the crappiest night of all nights. You guys made this totally worth it. Here's my signature, gladly. You guys are drinking with me tonight.
Are the two of you coming with me? Or are you
I-
staying in?
I am following behind you, mounted.
Okay. Then I absolutely, like, if they haven't already been introducing my compatriots.
Hey! Good fight.
Indeed.
He tells you the name of the tavern that he's going to be at over at the. It would be in the military district, which is just a few blocks down.
It's called the Stuck Pig.
It is now.
Can't name people, but I can name taverns.
Who's next?
Else was in the battle that I haven't hit yet. Oh, goodness. So, Sunny?
Sonny has his wings folded. He's giving out signatures anyway at the moment. He's got people around him. The lady of the hour. Excuse me, pardon me. Everybody make way, make way. There you are. Well played. Well played. I understand you were even part of at least 2 or 3 plots as the evening progressed. Welcome to the Delta.
That definitely startles me into laughter a little bit. It gets Struana with a good chuckle.
It's you couldn't really earn the title of Master of the Delta if nobody cared enough to make you part of their plans. And he gives you the book back.
Thank you for that. Small talk of introduction of companions. Small talk until time to move on.
Right. His sycophants don't wait long before they start like, why did she get an autograph? Why did she get to cut a line? And start, going back to giving him adoration, which he clearly enjoys, although he's outwardly humble about it.
So, did Alperno disappear with them?
Alpero Teneric did.
Okay. So I can't get a signature from him. Who else is in there? Where's my list? My bad list. Morgaine? Yeah.
She just nods, and it looks like she was waiting in an empty aisle and just nods when you approach her, signs, gives you the book, leaves.
Oh, okay. So also would like to, if she's still present, thank both Sangrid and Desireen for assistance.
Desireen is tending the few people who were wounded, remarkably low casualties. You guys managed to keep most of the crowd completely safe.
Certainly not a bad thing.
She shakes your hand like really, really, really sincerely. She's the sort of person that shakes your hand and it gets to your soul.
Oh.
You were great tonight. Everything about you is wonderful. I have nothing but compliments. She's that flavor of person. And then she goes back to gingerly tending the wounded.
Thanking her enthusiastically, and also Sangrid.
Sangrid is just leaning on the door by the wall, clearly watching you guys, just watching you working the crowd and going master to master. If you approach her, she's gives the nod. Brusk is nearby.
Yeah, but he didn't help, so I'm thanking Sangrid.
He tried. He was just so far away.
But I know it's what you probably would have done anyway, but thank you very much.
It's much better than most nights I spend at the theater. Yeah, I'll say it. Right. You were great. You were amazing. Where are you drinking later?
Everywhere.
Yeah. Josen invited us to the Stuck Pig.
Seems like a stand-up guy. I'll tag along.
Much more fun with the crowd.
Let's see. Anyone else that you make it a point to speak with?
I think so. I don't think that there's anyone else. Oh wait, the voice of the voice, whoever that was. Who was the voicey voice?
I mean, it's such a crowd and so many people wearing that, and it was such a bland-looking guy. You can make an investigation check to see if you can find
the correct voice. I mean, probably not unless we're lucky, but that's why we roll dice. This is gambling for legal. 21?
21. I'm actually going to have to roll against that. I was prepared to just shake my head no, but no, you got a decent dice roll. Fine.
Be that way then.
You see him behind the bar, and he sees you see him behind the bar, and then he like ducks back to the supply closet.
Oh no, I'm following him.
Okay. You get there. Is anybody else going? Like, does anybody know? Struana just like bolts off to the bar.
I'm just following her. I'm not even thinking about what's happening.
Okay.
I nod at the people that she says my name to, and other than that, I'm following her.
I'm also headed to the bar.
A lot of attention, by the way, in the crowd. Like a lot of people very impressed by the handsome, noble-looking paladin in the crowd. You have a rep. You get into the stock room in the bar, and one of the bartenders is like, "Hey, you can't go." Oh, never mind. It's you. No, go to get what you want. Get what you want.
I was just, that thing where you just pretend you know where you're going and you just go there. Didn't do that. So I'm glad that worked.
So you get there. You get into the stock room. There's a torch in the corner, small stone room, and the door closes behind you. And there, behind the door, is a young man in middle-aged, actually. Now that you look up close, the same fellow that met you at the door, the same fellow that appeared next to you and made everything all right for a second, and. But I'm not it anymore.
I figured as much.
But I remember something I'm supposed to tell you.
What's that?
Any midnight at Shots. If you'd like to meet, you get one try. Voice is open to a chat.
Thank you. If I have something I can tip him with, I'm going to tip him with it.
Oh.
Like a little bit of coin. Like a silver, which is not amazing, but is still amazing.
Right. Genuinely appreciative. he seems, I mean, as you're having conversation with him, his eyes are a little hazy. He seems like a little high, like he's just like coming through a drug haze a little bit.
Have you been the voice before?
No, ma'am, it's my first.
Thank you for the message.
That's the least I could do. You know, everybody chips in, right?
Yeah.
Do you need anything? I'm on the clock.
No, of course. And open the door and head back out. And
he waves the gold coin at you before he pockets it. Thanks again.
Sort of come out and sort of apologize to Stan and CliqClaq. Like, sorry, had to follow a guy who wasn't a guy.
Okay.
And you guys drink, I assume. Is
Yeah.
there anything else you guys do?
Either of you want to do anything?
Not here.
I'm ready to drink it.
It's worth stating
This is-
that I haven't gotten rid of David Bowie yet. This is an 8-hour spell. I'm just going to leave it. This is great. Whatever.
Why wouldn't you do that every day? Just- I haven't used that spell slot today. I'm going out drinking with Bowie.
Yep.
On your way out, Stan, the Baroness makes a special point to like, thank you for everything. Come spend some time with me in the Gate District sometime. I'm sure there's plenty that you can learn there. And you may have allies. And she gives you like the warrior forearm grab, but at the end she like caresses the back of your hand before she lets go.
Yes, I will definitely come visit you in the Gate District sometime.
And then she just struts off like a badass.
The rest of us, ooh, Stan, ooh. That's what friends are for, right?
I hear she's rich.
Sorry.
All right, and we will close the scene. We'll take a break, and we'll open up probably on some drinking shenanigans. And this is GameBreakers, a Bard's Tale. If you like what you see, hit like. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. And if you want to see it get better, hop over to our Patreon. Meanwhile, have a good game.